So right now I'm working on a contract, well, a couple of contracts for clients. Like I said, I block off my times 90 minutes at a time. I give myself a 10-minute break and then I go back into it 90 minutes. Now, sometimes these contracts, they can range from anything from 10 pages, well, actually from 4 pages up to 100 pages or more. And I've done quite a few of them, for example, and sometimes they can be quite complex. Some of them can be quite easy, but it's important that you provide the correct information on the form and that the provider gives you the correct information for the buyer, for example. Otherwise, it will be a complete fail. So if someone doesn't provide the correct information, this could jeopardize the whole contract and also the time that has been gone into this as well. So I'm just sort of working at the moment on a pen picture. This is where the commissioners, and I can't show you the contract because of confidentiality. We're not allowed to show this information because it's private. It's only to those that are privy to this information. But I'm doing this as a demonstration to you so that you can get a good idea of sometimes what's required with a contract. So the commissioners, also known as the integrated care boards, for example, they will provide you with a pen picture which will be about a client or number of clients that need care, for example. They will create a pen picture telling you what the condition is, what the age is. They don't give the name of the person, but they will give you an idea, case history about the particular client, for example, and what the environment is like, for example. Then you've then got to create a response to the pen picture to show evidence that you will be able to meet the need. So, for example, I'm just going to briefly go into this. They will give you the age of the person, the condition that they have, whether there's any family members, for example, that are living in the household, what the care needs to be, what the care package needs to be, and also the number of times that this person needs the care to be delivered, for example. And also sometimes they may give you a rate or sometimes you have to put in a rate, for example. So there's a section here that I'm reading about community because it is important that you as the provider, that you do have a really good asset of community. And what do I mean by that? I mean that you're asset rich, that you have unique skills, for example, that you're able to network with the community and that you've got resources that you can pull upon, for example, to help you to improve the health and well-being of the local people in the area so that they can thrive, and also that it could also be a diverse specified location, for example. And you've also got to show evidence that you're able to give people the potential to come together and support one another. Now, this is really important. The reason why I'm going into this, because 2025, it is all about community, and we've got to show evidence as care providers that we are a community. You can't just sit in your office day in and day out and wait for the phone to ring. If you are a registered manager, if you are a manager, if you're a recruitment consultant, get out from your desk right now and go and meet your community. Do you know who your community is? Because they need to know you as a person and as a business so that they can trust you. Yes, you can call. Yes, you can email. But at the end of the day, go and meet your community. Get involved. See what's happening. Join in any events that they've got. See if you can build relationships, because we're all humans. We need social interaction as well. So you want to be able to make sure that you're connected with the local community and that you can service the local community, and also show evidence that your asset-based practice as a collaborative person, especially if you're a care manager, because I'm hearing too many horror stories that care managers are just sitting in the office. They're not getting out to meet the community. I'm a nosy person. I always have been. So I always want to go out and see and meet people. I think I got this from my father, because he's taught me that as well. And he's always gone out, even from when I was a young child. Me and my twin brother, we always had to go with him when he did cricket on a Saturday and Sunday. And it was a big community. You know, they did afternoon teas and things like that. My dad was lovely community person. That's why he had the nickname Pal, because he was a pal to everybody. You know, so I'm saying this to you, that we've got to get back to basics. We can't just sit in our office. We cannot just sit waiting for the phone to ring, thinking we're going to send an email and that's going to be a magic pill. It's not. You've got to get out there. In order for this to be successful for your company, you've got to get out there. You really do. And you need to develop a quality relationship, which will really give an impact on your organization. And you will also be able to show that you can give support as well as help people to receive the support. And this is all part of the process of community, social value. That's another video that I'm going to go into. And working together promotes opportunities for people to have, you know, letting people have their say, but also hearing what they've got to say. This will help shape the care that you give to people and the support that you give. So this is something that you really need to think about, providers, in order to develop a strong working relationship, knowledge. You need to be able to show that you have that in the areas of development of partnership. This is your local provider. You're the local provider, and you want to work with organizations. There's so many different organizations out there in the community where you are, where you can all work together. It's like, for example, in the old days, if you ran out of milk, you used to, forgive me if you're vegan, used to knock on someone's door and you would say, do you have some milk? And they would give you a cup of milk and off you go. And then when the shop opens again, you buy them the milk and you give them back a pint of milk, for example. Or maybe you might give them back the cup, clean with the milk in there, and say, here you go, that type of thing. You know, we've got to get back to basics. 2025 is about getting back to basics. It's about collaboration, building communities, supporting one another, supporting people to live well in their homes. If you're doing home care, that is. We've really got to get back to this so that there's a good outcome for those that use the service. So I want you, provider, I want you to be the expert. I want you to be proactive. I want you to maximize your community connection. If you're a registered manager listening to this video, get out. Same with the care provider. You got to get out there and meet your community. See what's missing, see what they need. And then you've got evidence then when you're looking to apply for a contract, you can say, well, I met this community center and there was this number of users that was at the community center, and I held a talk about what they feel is missing, lacking in the community, because you want to meet those needs that you're currently undergoing your CQC inspection. Or maybe you can say, we are registered with the Care Quality Commission. Or if you're in America, then you will say that you are registered with the local government, for example, for the area of where you live, for example, and that you're able to provide this, that, and the other. But I really want to hear from you. What is it that you need that I can look at to see whether I can provide that service to you and recruit the right people to be able to deliver that service to you? So look at access to the services, look at the culture. You want to promote good health, you want to promote well-being as well, and you want to support individuals as well. Meet with voluntary organizations. Look at what employment opportunities that you can access. There's local apprenticeships of young people that are looking for work, for example. So when you're looking at developing the company, for example, then you will also, if you do this, you will also develop the people's confidence and promote independence. So in terms of your outcomes, so if people are unable to live in their own homes, this will then be, for them really, they want to feel supported to live in their own homes and be as most independent as possible. So you want to provide a place in terms of where they're at home and you are the provider and you can provide that service, for example. But maybe they're at the day center, for example, or the community center, and you could meet people that way. And you can also look at possibly getting leads. Not necessarily there as a salesperson, you're there to collaborate and to have conversations with the people who want to receive the care and support from your organization or any organization, for example. So make sure that you structure the support that you provide, and it needs to be consistent for the staff who know the person well in order for it to be effective with the people getting the care and support and changes that are needed as and when necessary. But like I said, if you go out in the community, for example, you may meet the people that need the care, and then that is a way for them to get to know you as well. You know, I talked about on YouTube, being on YouTube is a brilliant thing for a care business right now, to talk about what it is you can provide and why are you so special. You can say, even if you're looking for staff members, that you provide flexible working, that you want to be able to meet the staff members' needs as well. Talk about what the goals of the company is and what the aspirations are for your company, and looking at, the rota system that you've got, that you're going to be flexible. What platform are you going to be using? It's important to the person that's going to be having the care delivered. So if you go out in the community as well as YouTube, boy, you're going to be really well known, and people are going to want to use you. You're out in the community, they'll be like, oh, it's Christine again, she's here. Oh, hi, Christine, how are you? And, oh, I'm fine, how are you doing? Oh, how's it going? How's your care going? You can even say, once you get to build a relationship, with them, and just say, just arrange with the center just to see if you could do a talk once a month to help carers, for example, or those that are receiving the care, to know what their rights are, for example, to know that they can talk to whoever it is that's delivering their care, for example. Because sometimes when people have care in their own homes, it's like a transactional thing, which is, you don't want it to be that way. You want it to be friendly. You want it to feel like it's a family member that you're going in to look after, and that you're treating them in the same way you would do a family member. So you've got to be aware of what your community is, and usually each community, each location, geographical location, they might be more of a need for a certain thing than what there is in another area. So one area could be more learning disability is needed. Or another area, geographical location, it could be more mental health, for example. It could be more, another area could be more elderly, for example, or dementia, for example, or another area it could be more that children's services are needed. So I want you to really think about this. Directors, care managers, look and see who is in your community. What organizations are in your community that you can go and visit. When I had my agency, I used to visit the cafes, right? Like MenCap. I used to visit Age Concern. I used to visit the centers, like where they do the dinners and things like that. I would visit them. I would speak with the managers. I would visit the day centers and I would speak with the managers, just have a quick cup of tea or something, just to get to know the environment, the location, and who comes in and what happens, what's the activities like. Maybe they've got a special function on or something like that. Go to like golf. If you like golf, go to golf centers. Maybe you could arrange to have a workshop at a golf club, for example. Do you get what I'm saying here? Village centers, village halls, arrange to have a workshop and just talk about what you do and what you can offer and why you're so special. And then you can say, what is it do you feel that's lacking in this location? I'm just doing a bit of research here. And they will tell you. They will say, you know what? We need more of this. Or no, maybe we need more of that. And then you've got this evidence to send to when you're doing a tender, for example, you've then got that information to give to show evidence that you understand who your community is and what the need is. You might understand more than what the commissioners or what the integrated care board know what the need is. If you go out, you got to go out and meet people. Don't sit at your desk and wait for the phone to ring or email and expect people to respond by that. Go out and meet them, because you could meet a commissioner whilst you're there, or you could meet a social worker while you're there. Go and visit your local GP as well. Let them know that you're here and this is what you do. Pop into your CAF. Let them know this is what you do. There's lots of ways you can do, like even in a cafe, you could have a workshop whereby you are doing some training, for example, and they can even advertise for you, and then people can come. And then you're sat round a table and you're all talking. You're all from the community, and they can all say what is lacking, what the need is for the elderly or young persons, for example, that need care. So this is a short video. I know it's not a short video, but I wanted to drop this video because I'm in the middle of doing this contract, and I just wanted to mention that because I am going to send this to the client anyway, but I'm also going to put it here on YouTube and tell them to watch it on YouTube, and hopefully this will help other care providers as well, that when they're looking at applying for a contract, that this is also part of a contract question. So it's always good to go out there and know who your community is. It's not just looking at the paper that they send you, the papers. It's you really understanding who they are, because then you'll have a real picture in your mind, not just from what you've read. So I hope that was helpful to you. Let's get these contracts done. If you do want to reach out to me, you can click here. There is a link to book a free 15-minute appointment. But we have got our boot camp, which is going to start in a couple of weeks' time. And it is a contracts boot camp. I would love for you to be there, because this is a game changer. All right, so have a wonderful day, everyone, and I will speak with you soon. Take care. Thank you. Bye.